You're on.
Hi, I'm Jamie Forbes. We're here at the Armory show at the Hill Gallery, and this is Mr. Tim Hill, and you're from
Birmingham, Michigan.
Birmingham, Michigan.
And we're standing in front of a sculpture by Mark DeSuvero, and one of the great qualities of his work, of course, is this interactive balance and composition that you see on this part. This is connected to another element that is at the back, which is cut-out form with a large X in it. And this idea goes all the way back to the late 60s for Mark. This entire piece was made in 2000, and it carries the DeSuvero signature. You notice the way he's bent and heated the steel and this very playful construction, and then facing it off with polished steel and balancing it perfectly.
Tim, what are some of the shows, what are some of the museums or the collections that DeSuvero is in?
Oh, he's in almost every American museum,
Okay.
and of course he's known for his large outdoor work.
Right, I've
It
seen
starts
it.
to challenge architecture, built with I-beams and products of the built world.
Because I remembered that once you described the look of this piece, I remember seeing this right around the late 60s, early 70s, a great deal.
Right. So there are large, famous pieces standing here in the city of New York. They
Right.
come out of the Holland Tunnel, and of course in front of many museums. But nearby, it's Storm King Center for the Art.
Right.
You'll see 5 large-scale DeSuveros,
And they're
ranging
textural.
in time from 1970 up until 2005.
They're very textural. They're very inviting.
Exactly. So that's
They're touchy.
Well,
They're touchy
they want
sculptures.
that's it. They want
Yeah.
to bring you in and
So it's interactive.
interactive. That's it.
Interact with these babies. Do you want to go over here to this one also?
Ah.
This is John Duff.
Right, this is a new piece by John Duff. It's made out of resin and steel rings, and it is called The Study for Kepler's Conjecture.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and so
Which conjecture of Kepler's was that?
Right, the one having to do with spheres.
Oh, yes,
where,
of course.
the
I've
large
heard- yeah,
sphere
uh-huh.
and the conjecture that how many spheres can you attach to it. Now, what this piece describes, of course,
Right.
is that space between where those spheres touch.
Yes, yes. Did you see, this is a real digression, it's a real leap of faith, but they had Hawking on describing the universe on public television the other evening, on science television, and they discussed the spheres touching one another and the effect that they have. And it's interesting because the pounding of the sculpture and the interaction of the forms is basically what Hawking is dialoguing.
Exactly. In fact, what he was saying also, I happen to see that. And what he said, of course, is it's now been proven.
Yes,
you know, it was
yes.
just a conjecture until
Yes.
2 years ago, I
Yeah.
think. Was it 2 years ago? And now John is working on a much larger version of this, where the center sphere is going to be in the 42-inch diameter.
Oh,
so
really?
you can imagine, you know, what's going to happen.
Now, you guys never come into New York with John, huh? Or is he here? He's not here.
Duff?
Duff.
Yeah, he's living in New York.
Oh, really?
And he's been here for about 30 years. In fact, he was here at the show yesterday.
Possibly, we could get a little interview that connects with your gallery and with this show.
I think possibly, he'd like to talk about it.
Yeah, this is fascinating.
This is, this piece up on the wall is an earlier Duff, made. This is 1986.
Interesting.
And this, being 2010.
Yes.
But this is 86, and it's called Split Wedge, made with fiberglass around a wood frame. So the fiberglass is pulled. But you see, how this wedge is split open and curving down. As you walk around it, it starts to.
I think our camera has to come take a look at this.
Yeah.
Split wedge.
It's painted from the inside. So you get this
Unbelievable.
color. Yeah. And John, of course, worked at a very large scale with fiberglass. I mean, if you go to the Whitney,
Yes,
two
yes,
major pieces
yes,
there,
yes.
like,
Yeah. Interesting. Well, this is lovely. I want to thank you, Tim.
Oh,
thank you for your time. So we're here at the Hill Gallery at the Armory show, and this is Mr. Tim Hill, and I'm Jamie Forbes from Fine Art Magazine. Thanks. Thank you so much.